All right, my name is Reverend T. I am the unrefined priest. And let me just start this video off by saying I am a huge football fan. I've been a supporter of the NFL for a very long time. My family gets involved in the Super Bowl. We absolutely have an we have an amazing time. But I think I'm going to have to sit this one out. I really do. For me, the NFL has just gone a little bit too far for me. Now, I know that there are a lot of things that people are bringing up with the halftime show of Bad Bunny and what that means and what the NFL is communicating. For me, it comes down to one singular issue, and it's a deal breaker for me. I'm just not going to do it. So I do have a video from Megyn Kelly talking about Bad Bunny being selected as the halftime Super Bowl performer, and she's going to break down a little bit. But afterwards, I do want to share my reason of why this is too far, and it's I think a lot of people are going to have a hard time with this as well. If you like what I'm doing, hit that like button as well as the subscribe button. Let's jump into this video right here.
He gets selected to play in this and released a statement. What I'm feeling goes beyond myself. It's for those who came before me and ran countless yards so I could come in and score a touchdown. This is for my people, my culture, and our history. But what he said recently when asked about this, the question, you said you wouldn't be giving any concerts in the United States. Was this out of concern about the mass deportations of Latinos? Man, honestly, yes. There was the issue of fucking ICE could be outside my concert, and it's something that we were talking about and very concerned about. So I'll just do one date in the United States. Oh, he's going to deign to grace us with his presence at the Super Bowl, Britt.
Okay, I'm going to be the first to admit, I'd heard of Bad Bunny. I didn't know who this guy was. So I'm like, who is Bad Bunny? I mean, I know I'm old, but I'm not that. There's Bad Bunny for those who are just listening. In a dress with some weird white boots that are manly, and he's got hair on his legs, but he's got this big white dress, and he's got glitter on his eyes. I mean, it's a situation. So clearly he's not my cup of tea. But then I got to thinking, whose cup of tea is he? And so, this is what I found out going down the rabbit hole on this guy. I had no idea that Barack Obama's best friend, Jay-Z, he actually runs the Super Bowl selection process through his company, Rock Nation. And so as soon as I heard that, it was like, okay, it makes sense. They're just trying to shove woke ideology down America's throat in the platform of the Super Bowl. It makes sense. It's not because of who Bad Bunny is. It's because they want us woke. And that's really what it is, courtesy of Jay-Z and Obama. Yeah, I mean, who are we going to have next year? P. Diddy? I look forward to Sean Diddy Combs in his comeback tour. I mean, that's Jay-Z's other best friend. So you tell me whether this is an active middle finger to all of MAGA and the right wing by putting this guy who likes to dress in women's dresses and who hates the United States so much he won't come here because he's worried about ICE raiding his country.
All right. Look, that's the picture I wanted to leave it on right there. So a lot of people are going to bring up a lot of things. A lot of people are going to talk about the immigration and ICE raids and that Bad Bunny specifically said that he wasn't going to perform in the United States any longer because he was afraid of ICE raids. Clearly, he's changed his mind. And it all comes down to what it always comes down to, which is money. There's lots of money to be had in being the Super Bowl performer, so he's willing to make an exception. But to be honest with you, I get that. I honestly do. And the immigration thing, although I don't like it, I probably would just give a pass on that and watch it anyways. The other thing that people bring up about Bad Bunny is a lot of the woke stuff out there. Look, here's the deal for me. For me, I'm a father. I have two young boys. I have a 12-year-old and a 14-year-old. I am trying my damnedest to raise good young men who can go out into the world and be a man. And for me, I am not going to sit down on the couch with my two boys and watch another man performing in a dress. I'm just not going to do that. That is too far for me. This is not what I want my kids to look up to and aspire to be. I want them to be strong men who go out in the world and take care of business like men are supposed to. Maybe that's my toxic masculinity coming out. Screw you. I'm just not going to do it. And you can try and jam this stuff down my throat all you want. It's not going to happen. I feel like the NFL has, kind of like Bud Light, forgot who their people are. Like the people who support the NFL. This is not what we want. We do not want to sit around and watching this dude perform at the halftime Super Bowl. And before you think I'm a prude, look, my favorite Super Bowl halftime show of recent memory is Dr. Dre, Snoop, 50 Cent, and Eminem. That is my favorite halftime show. Those are my guys. Do I agree with everything they say and everything they do? No. But they are men. They are men out there getting it done, and I absolutely love it. So I sat through Shakira and J-Lo shaking their booties. I sat through pregnant Rihanna. I sat through Kendrick Lamar, and I enjoyed, for the most part, the halftime shows. This is just a bit too far. And part of the problem with Bad Bunny is he has a lot of baggage attached to him. So it's not just the immigration. It's not just that he dresses up like a woman. But it's other stuff as well. As, like, for instance, these songs are going to be in Spanish, I assume, for the most part, or all of them. And I'm not saying that that's a bad thing, but who watches the Super Bowl? I mean, the vast majority of people who support and watch the Super Bowl are English-speaking people, and it just seems to me like the Super Bowl is just kind of walking away from that. And maybe the Super Bowl, hey, maybe the NFL is saying, look, we're going after an international audience. Obviously, they're doing that with all these games in other countries. So obviously, that is part of the agenda for them. But you don't have to alienate the people you already have to bring in a new group of people. So there are plenty of Hispanic singers, performers out there who would have done an amazing job at this, and they're not men that wear dresses. They're not controversial figures that are going to alienate a large segment of your supporters. And so for me, the NFL has basically said, screw you, and we don't care about you, and we're not trying to reach you. So basically, you think that you have us in your pocket. And, you know, let's just be honest. I've been in the NFL's pocket since 1992. I've been watching the NFL since 1992. I love it. If this is the end, then this is the end, because I'm not willing to go where you're taking us. And I think a lot of people are going to have an issue with this as well. So for those that are struggling with this choice, I stand with you in struggling with this choice. Again, I've got two boys, and my number one priority is raising strong men. And this ain't it. This is not what I am interested in putting before my children and saying, emulate this. I'm not going to do it. So you went too far. You lost me on this. I suspect you're going to lose a lot of other people as well. If you like what I'm doing, hit that like button as well as the subscribe button. And I will catch you on the next one.
Turn it on.